First of all, we have social currency. Social currency is essentially what's going to make you cool or relevant in any kind of social circle, whether that be like on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, or even in school with your friends and your peers. An example of this would be doing someone a favor. It's going to give you cred with them. It's going to make them like you more, feel more positive towards helping you with something. If you ask them to do something, they'll be more likely to want to help you because you did something for them before. In marketing and advertising, this is going to look something more like giving information on popular trends, on hot topics, on news that's relevant to current society. And the video that I chose best representing this is actually one that I watched earlier this week. It's called East Asia is Obsessed with Luxury and Gen Z Pays the Price by Aini. This is a great video explaining the cultural relevance of social currency and the differences between Eastern and Western cultures and how they can differ and affect the kinds of social currency going around. It basically goes into heavy detail about how in East Asia there's a lot of people who are obsessed with buying luxury goods, whether they can afford it or not, because it makes them look better in whatever the current environment is. A good example was in high school in Korea, there's a thing where a lot of the students were buying different variations of this very expensive North Face jacket, and depending on which one you got, that was kind of your class in the school hierarchy. And goes into detail about how peer pressure affects this as well. Like when you go into something, you want to be relevant, you want to be with the trends and like be fit in with all your peers. And it explains heavily on how important this is in both Western and Eastern societies. So the next topic is going to be triggers. Triggers can be words, phrases, auditory or visual cues, anything that will catch the audience's attention to evoke any kind of strong emotion or feeling about the topic. So triggers the audience, it's going to make them feel some kind of way. So you've heard about ASMR, you've heard them scratching on the microphone, that's an auditory trigger. But when used in advertising and marketing, it's probably going to look something more like a word or phrase used in the title to immediately grab the attention of the audience. It's going to really pull them in and make them invested from the beginning, like, oh, that sounds really interesting, or oh, that's super relevant to today's society or any kind of trend, and I'm going to watch it so that I can learn more about it. And the video that I chose for this is going to be My Last Video by Ryan Trahan. It's a great example actually of this because the title My Last Video may seem super simple, but it's extremely relevant in today's society and in social circles like those who surround YouTube. Recently, there have been a lot of influencers, YouTubers specifically, retiring from the platform, and this is the kind of trigger. So Ryan Trahan is insinuating that this is going to be his last video, he's going to retire after this, but this actually isn't the case. This is a promotional video for his new candy brand. It was just very, very well done and extremely cinematic, which is why it gained a lot of attention, but most people were drawn in because obviously the title, and they are thinking, oh my god, Ryan Trahan's my favorite influencer is going to retire, so they want to see the last video. But it's a great hook into the candy brand promotion, like I was saying. And this sounds like it could be more into emotion, which we're going to talk about after this. However, if this was more of an emotional than trigger, it would probably lean more into, oh, I actually am going to retire and I'm going to instead open up this candy business. Can you please support me in this candy business because, you know, you love me and you want to support me even though I'm leaving. But no, this is not it at all. It's just Ryan Trahan being really creative and using relevant topics to advertise this video and his candy business. So next is going to be emotions, which we kind of just talked about. But basically, this is going to look like using the audience's emotions to build any kind of bias, trust, sympathy, etc. We see a lot of this, whether we realize it or not, in even everyday commercials. For example, a great one is the puppy commercials. Everyone has seen these, where you see those cute little puppies and they're locked up, or they look like they've been starved, they're hurt, they're injured, and then you hear, "Call now to donate and save this puppy's life." It's a really good way of using emotions to fund their nonprofit because they hook you in. They don't immediately tell you, "Hey, I need your money." No, it's building up your, "Oh my God, this puppy, I'm so sad. I want to help it. I want to save this puppy." And then it's like, you can do just that. So basically, the emotions will lead the audience to some kind of action, usually, whether that be making a purchase, funding charity, or like voting for a political figure because they told you, "Oh, I'm going to make schools better. I'm going to make healthier lunches." And you think, "Oh, that's wonderful. I would love that for my community." And so you vote for that person. And a great example of this one is going to be this video, Selen Tatsuki was bullied and terminated, Niji Sanji's worst mistake. This is a very niche topic, but in the streaming community, this is a very actually important and popular topic. Selen Tatsuki basically was fired from her company, and this title and this video basically invokes a sense of pity from Selen's fans for her because she was seemingly so unfairly fired. And it also really makes a bias against Niji Sanji, the company. Even just from the title, you can see Niji Sanji's worst mistake. It's clearly showing the bias already. Not saying that it's wrong, but that's just how the video goes, and it's leading you towards these conclusions, which is basically what emotional advertisements and videos are likely to do. They're likely already have an outcome that they want to guide you to, rather than giving you the kind of choice. It's more, you know, that this is this is the video's point. This is the objective. It's to make you angry at Niji Sanji and feel bad for and support Selen Tatsuki. So in conclusion, these topics are not fully separate. They are often used together, but this is just kind of how I would separate them mostly. And social relevance is very important for all of them in different ways. But they're all great ways to advertise. You just have to pick which one best suits you, your product, and how well you can best execute each one. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.